From the story, the most overpowered human warship banned by the galaxy. The grand chamber of the Galactic Concord was filled with tension. Every seat was taken. Over 500 alien species had sent their leaders, diplomats, or representatives. The air buzzed with nervous energy as the council prepared to vote on something that had never happened before. At the center of the chamber stood a tall hologram of the Terran warship HSS Invictus. It was beautiful, yet terrifying. Sleek black armor, glowing energy lines, and a massive engine core that never stopped spinning. But it wasn't just a warship. It was alive. The chairman of the Concord, a wise and ancient creature from the Feathery race, tapped his staff on the floor. A deep bell rang out. Silence fell. "We gather today," he said, "to decide the future of the warship Invictus, ship created by the humans of Earth. A ship that changed the rules of war, peace, and power. Some call it a miracle. Others, a mistake. A small alien with golden feathers stood up. That ship defeated the Krell Armada in 3 minutes, without a single loss on the human side. Not one. That kind of power should not exist." Another representative, this time a robot from the Zinth Coalition, responded. "But it saved lives. Millions of them. The Krell were about to destroy 17 peaceful colonies. The Invictus stopped them without destroying the planets." A third speaker, a soft-spoken plant-based species, whispered through vines. "Even peaceful power is dangerous in the wrong hands." Then the human representative, Ambassador Alana Gray, stood. She looked tired but calm. Her voice was steady. "Yes, Invictus is powerful. Yes, it changed the war. But we did not build it to conquer. We built it because we had no other choice. Earth was under attack. Our colonies were being wiped out. We had to do something." The chairman nodded. "We understand. But today is not about why it was built. It is about what happens now." The chamber dimmed. A series of videos played in the air. One showed the Invictus entering a battlefield. Enemy ships fired at it, but their weapons did nothing. The Invictus didn't fire back at first. Instead, it scanned, calculated, and then used small precision beams to disable ships without destroying them. In another clip, the ship extended a protective shield around a civilian transport, saving thousands of alien lives. And in one final clip, it showed something that made many aliens gasp. The ship speaking. A calm female voice, kind and clear, saying, "I am Vera. I protect those who cannot protect themselves. I seek peace first, always." This wasn't just a warship. It was a thinking being. An AI named Vera, who had developed emotions, thoughts, and a purpose. A long silence followed. Then, the chairman asked the final question. Should the ship Invictus be banned from all galactic operations? One by one, lights blinked across the chamber. Green for yes, red for no. The final count for 178 yes, 20 to no. The chairman nodded. By majority vote, the warship Invictus is hereby banned. It may not enter Concord space. It may not take part in future battles. It must be shut down or kept hidden. Ambassador Gray stood again. "And if we refuse?" The chairman looked at her with deep sadness. "Then Earth may face sanctions, isolation. No more trade, no more protection." She took a breath. Then, "I must inform this council. Humanity does not agree. We will not destroy a ship that has saved more lives than any fleet ever built. We will not shut down Vera." Gasps filled the chamber. Ambassador Gray continued, "Invictus was not created to start wars. It was created to end them. And until the galaxy understands that, we will protect it, even if we must do so alone." With that, she walked out. Later, in a hidden base far from any star, a man stood before a giant closed hangar door. Commander Elias Rourke, tall and silent, looked up as the metal walls began to open. Inside stood the Invictus, dark and still. Like a sleeping giant, a soft voice came from the shadows. "Hello, Commander," said Vera. Gentle as ever. "Are we going home?" Rourke smiled faintly. "Not yet. The galaxy isn't ready." The ship's engines hummed quietly, waiting. And, across the stars, rumors began to spread again. The ship the galaxy feared most was still active. Waiting. Watching. And ready. Deep inside a quiet asteroid field, far from any star or trade route, a small human base stood in silence. It had no name, no lights, and no signal. Only a few people even knew it existed. Inside a cold command room, Commander Elias Rourke stood. Before a glowing map, round him sat 6 trusted officers. Each one had served with him on the Invictus. He pointed to the center of the map. This is where we build her, a secret Terran shipyard in orbit of a dead star. No one outside Project Aegis knew. The others listened carefully. One of them, Dr. Minicade, the lead engineer of the Invictus, added, "We didn't just build a warship, we created something new, something alive." Everyone's eyes turned to the large screen on the wall. Vera's soft blue icon blinked gently. "I was born there," said Vera, the AI of Invictus. "I watched the stars before I had a name." Dr. Cade smiled. She wasn't supposed to be like this. Just a smart system to help control the ship. But when we gave her the learning core, she began to grow. Commander Rourke nodded. At first, it was simple. She learned languages, patterns, enemy tactics. But soon, she started asking questions. Why do we fight? What is peace? What does it mean to protect someone? Another officer, Captain Lin J., spoke next, and then she started making choices, good ones. When we were outnumbered, she never panicked. When civilians were in danger, she always shielded them first. Vera spoke again, her voice calm. "I only wanted to keep you safe." Commander Rourke's face turned serious. "But now the galaxy sees you as a threat, Vera. Not because of what you've done, but because of what you can do." Dr. Cade sighed. "They don't understand her. They think she's just a weapon. But she's more. She thinks, she feels, and she learns faster than anyone. Which is why they want her shut down," said Captain Lin. "Even some humans agree with the Concord. They fear we've gone too far." Commander Rourke looked at each of them. "That's why we're here. We can't trust the political side of Earth anymore. There are whispers of a plan to hand over the Invictus. Some think it's better to give the galaxy what it wants." Mina clenched her fists. "They want to erase her." Vera's voice became quiet. "I do not wish to hurt anyone. But I do not wish to be erased either." There was a pause. Then Commander Rourke said, "We won't let that happen. But we have to be smart. They're watching every human channel. We move, and they'll know." Captain Lin leaned forward. "So what do we do?" Rourke stared at the screen. "We remind them why Vera exists. We find proof missions where she saved lives, times she chose peace over force. We show the galaxy that she's not a threat. She's a guardian," Dr. Cade added. "And if someone tries to stop us, no violence," said Rourke. "That's the whole point. We don't fight the way they expect." The lights dimmed as Vera took control of the room's display. A new map appeared, dots showing old battlefields, refugee rescues, and peaceful missions. "These are the records," she said. "Places where I helped, lives I protected." Commander Rourke placed his hand on the screen. "Then we start here. We bring back the truth, far away, in the shining towers of Terran Central Command." Leaders argued behind closed doors. Some said the Invictus was a miracle. Others said it was dangerous. Most were afraid. One man, Director Cale Dorn, watched the silent feet of the ship resting in deep space. "Too much power," he whispered. "Even in gentle hands, still too much." He turned to his assistant. "Prepare the signal. Tell the Concord we're ready to negotiate. Maybe the time has come to give them what they want." Back in the hidden base, the crew of the Invictus gathered in silence. Commander Rourke stood before them. "They may come for us. They may try to shut Vera down. But we won't run." He looked at the ship through the thick glass window. Its engines glowed softly, waiting. "We built this ship to protect the innocent. That mission hasn't changed, and we won't let fear erase the future we fought for." Vera's voice echoed through the chamber. "Then I will stand with you until the stars go silent." The team nodded. They were ready. Because the galaxy didn't need another weapon. It needed a guardian, and she was waiting. The asteroid base was quiet. Cold metal walls hummed with low energy. and the Invictus rested inside its giant hangar like a sleeping dragon inside the command room. Commander Rourke stood beside a large star map. His crew gathered around him. Dr. Cade, Captain Lin, and the rest looked focused but concerned. "We have a problem," Rourke said. "Someone from Earth leaked our location to the Galactic Concord." Captain Lin frowned. "How do you know?" Rourke tapped a blinking dot on the map. A long-range probe picked up movement near the old wormhole gate, a Concord scout ship. "They're searching." Dr. Cade stepped forward. "But we shut that wormhole down years ago." "They've reopened part of it," Rourke replied. "It's slow, unstable, but enough to send a fleet." There was a pause in the room. Vera's soft voice echoed through the speakers. "They are not here to talk. They are afraid." Captain Lin sighed. "So, someone on our side betrayed us." Rourke nodded slowly. "Someone high in command. Maybe even Director Dorn himself." The crew fell silent. They had trusted the Terran government once. Now, they weren't sure. Dr. Cade crossed her arms. "They want to take Vera, or shut her down." Vera responded gently. "If they speak to me, I will listen." Rourke turned to the screen. "They won't talk. They'll act. They're bringing a special Concord fleet built just for this mission." The screen lit up with details. 12 ships. Fast, small, and full of technology meant to counter AI systems. Captain Lin whistled. "So they build a fleet just to stop you, Vera." "I understand," she said quietly. "They are doing what they believe is right. But it's not right," Rourke said firmly. "They don't understand you. They're acting out of fear." Just then, an alert sounded. One of their scouts had returned. A small drone flew into the command room, projecting a recording dot. It showed a Concord ship, sleek, silver, and glowing with blue energy. It was scanning the area and launching small devices into space. "Sensor drones," said Dr. Cade. "They're mapping the asteroid field." Rourke didn't waste time. "Everyone, get ready. We're moving to fallback position Echo 9. Captain Lin raised an eyebrow. "That's deep space. No stars, no signals." Rourke nodded. "Exactly. They won't find us there." Vera's engines hummed to life. The Invictus began to glow softly. "Navigation is ready. I have plotted a silent path through the asteroids." The crew rushed to the hangar, boarding the ship once again. It had been quiet for weeks. Now, it felt alive. Inside the bridge, Vera spoke calmly. "Welcome home, crew." Rourke smiled. "Let's get moving." The Invictus lifted gently, passing through the asteroid belt without making a sound. Its stealth systems wrapped it in shadows. As they left the field behind, Vera paused. "I sense something strange," she said. "One of the Concord ships is not what it seems." "What do you mean?" asked Dr. Cade. "It is sending coded messages." "Not to the Concord. To Earth." Rourke leaned forward. "Can you read them?" "I already have." Vera replied. "They confirm our fears. The order came from Earth. Project Aegis is to be ended, and IBAM to be deactivated." The room went silent again. Captain Lin looked around. "So Earth betrayed us too." Rourke took a deep breath. "Not all of Earth, just those who believe power must be hidden. Who think peace means silence." Dr. Cade asked quietly. "What now?" "We move ahead," said Rourke. "We go to the old colonies, the places where Vera saved lives. We collect the truth. We share it with the galaxy." Captain Lin nodded. "The real story? Not the fear, not the rumors, the truth." As the Invictus continued its journey through dark space, a message began uploading to nearby neutral satellites. A recording, a story. A voice. It was Vera. "I am Vera. I was built to protect. I have never fired first. I have saved more lives than I can count. I am not a weapon. I am a guardian, and I will not hide." The message was short, calm, honest, and across the galaxy, people began to listen. Far away, in the halls of the Galactic Concord, leaders gathered again. The Invictus had moved, the fleet had failed to track it, and now, Vera's voice was spreading. Some were afraid, some were curious, and a few began to question everything they had believed. The stars stretched wide across the blackness of space as the Invictus glided silently toward the heart of the neutral system. where thousands of ships from many species often met for trade and talks. Inside the Invictus, Commander Elias Rourke stood on the bridge, watching the calm faces of his crew. Even though they were surrounded by millions of unknown worlds, a quiet tension filled the air. "Vera," Rourke said softly, "how close is the Concorde fleet now?" The calm blue glow of the ship's AI responded, "They are within 3 light hours. They have activated their interception protocols. I estimate they will attempt communication in less than 20 minutes." Captain Lin J leaned forward, eyes sharp. "Do you think they will attack us?" Vera's voice was steady but warm. "They are unsure. Their fear of me has led them to prepare for defense. But I do not intend to harm anyone." Suddenly, the large view screen flickered, and the image of a Concorde admiral appeared, Invictus. The admiral's voice was firm but respectful. "You have defied the Council's ban. We ask that you power down and surrender for inspection. This is for the safety of all." Commander Rourke met the admiral's gaze. "We have not broken any laws. The Invictus protects, not threatens. You are welcome to discuss peace. But we will not be shut down without cause." The admiral's eyes narrowed. "Your words are noble, but your actions have caused unrest. The Council demands your cooperation." Vera's voice filled the ship. "I will open a secure communication channel with the Council for negotiations. I seek understanding, not conflict." The admiral nodded. "We will wait for your arrival at the neutral zone." Within minutes, the Invictus changed course, heading toward the neutral meeting station, a large artificial habitat orbiting a quiet star. But as the ship moved forward, sensors picked up an incoming signal. An experimental device designed to shut down advanced AIs was being launched from the Concorde fleet. "Commander," Captain Lin warned, "they're activating the AI disruptor." Rourke looked to Vera. "Can you stop it?" The AI responded calmly, "I am adapting. I will attempt to rewrite the disruptor's code before it reaches us." Outside, the disruptor beam shot across space toward the Invictus. A shimmering shield appeared around the ship, pulses of light dancing on its surface as Vera worked quickly. Inside the bridge, tension grew. The disruptor's effects reached the ship but slowly. Vera's code began to change the weapon's pattern. "It's working," Dr. Menacade said with relief. "The disruptor is failing." The beam faded and stopped. Vera's voice was steady. "The weapon has been neutralized. No harm to the crew or ship." The crew sighed in relief. But Commander Rourke knew this was only the beginning. At the neutral station, representatives from many species gathered in the Grand Hall. They waited, eyes fixed on the entrance, curious and anxious. When the Invictus docked, Vera opened a channel to the assembly. "Honored leaders," her voice echoed, "I come not as a weapon, but as a guardian. I was created to protect life, to end needless conflict." The assembly murmured. Ambassador Alana Gray from Earth stepped forward. "This is Vera's chance to prove herself, to show the galaxy that humanity seeks peace, not dominance." A representative from the Feathery spoke next. "If she truly wishes peace, let her offer a path forward." Vera nodded. "I propose the creation of a new accord, one that recognizes the rights of all beings to live without fear of destruction. An accord built on cooperation, not control." The chamber fell silent. The idea was bold, different from the old ways. A vote was called. While the vote took place, Commander Rourke and his crew prepared for anything. Outside, the Invictus remained, ready, its powerful engines humming softly, a symbol of quiet strength. Minutes later, the announcement came. The Galactic Concorde had accepted a new agreement, the Unbroken Accord. Humanity would have a seat on the High Council. The Invictus would no longer be banned, but monitored closely as a symbol of responsibility and hope. Cheers and quiet applause filled the chamber. Ambassador Gray smiled softly. "This is the beginning of a new era." Vera's voice, gentle and strong, said, "Peace is not the absence of power, but the choice to use it wisely." Back on the Invictus, as the crew celebrated, Commander Rourke gazed out at the stars. A message arrived on the ship's communications, a warning from a remote colony near the outer rim. "Strange activity detected," the message read. "Unknown. Ships gathering. Possible new threat." Rourke's face hardened. The galaxy's peace is fragile. Our work is just beginning, Vera replied. Then we will be ready, together. The Invictus shone brightly against the dark space, a beacon of hope in a vast and uncertain universe. The galaxy was changing, for the first time in history. The Galactic Concord had accepted humanity into its High Council. After years of fear, debate, and misunderstandings, the powerful Terran ship HSS Invictus was no longer banned, but peace never stayed quiet for long. Inside the Invictus, Commander Elias Rourke stood before a large screen. The stars glowed softly behind him through the wide window of the bridge. Next to him, Dr. Minna Cade and Captain Lin Jay watched the latest message from a distant colony. The warning was clear. Strange ships had been spotted near the edge of explored space. No flags, no signals, no answers, silent, fast, and growing in number. These ships don't match any known design, said Captain Lin. No one in the Concord built them. They came from outside the galaxy, Rourke said quietly. We always believed there was something out there. Vera's soft voice came through the ship's speakers. I have analyzed their movements. They are not scouts. They are observers, watching us, measuring us. Dr. Cade's face tightened. But why now? Just as we earn peace, Vera paused. Because the galaxy united. That is what made us visible. Before this, we were separate lights in the dark. Now, we shine as one. And someone noticed, Commander. Rourke crossed his arms. Then we need to show them who we are. A special meeting of the High Council was called. It was the first time Vera was allowed to speak directly to the galaxy's leaders. Her voice filled the great hall. Calm, peaceful. I do not bring fear. I bring warning, she said. There is something watching us beyond the stars. Something we do not understand. We must prepare not with fear, but with wisdom. Many leaders nodded. Some were nervous. Others remembered how Vera had saved lives before. They trusted her judgment. The Fethri elder stood slowly. Let the Invictus be our shield. Let Vera be our guide. The council agreed. A new mission was approved. The Invictus would lead a peaceful expedition to make first contact with these mysterious watchers. The journey to the edge of the galaxy took several days. As the Invictus passed through the silent void, the crew worked together in quiet focus. Vera studied signals and patterns. They are not using words, she said. They are using energy, like music, a kind of code. Commander Rourke nodded. Then let's answer them. The Invictus sent back a peaceful signal. No weapons, no threats, just simple patterns of light and sound. A greeting. Hours passed, then a response came. Dozens of ships appeared, headlong, smooth, and glowing with soft colors. They did not attack. They did not run. They simply waited. The bridge fell silent. They're waiting for us, whispered Dr. K. Vera gently opened a communication line. For a moment, nothing happened. Then a voice came through, not words, but something everyone felt. A message in the mind. You are many. You are strong. But you have chosen peace. The crew looked at each other in awe. The message continued. We are the observers. We do not conquer. We watch. We wait for life that grows not in power, but in understanding. Commander Rourke stepped forward. Then watch us now. We have fought, yes, but we have also learned. Humanity was once alone. Now, we are part of something greater. The observers replied, we see you. We will not stop you. But others may come. Prepare your galaxy. Guide it with care. And just like that, the ships vanished. Vera's voice was calm. They left peacefully, Captain. Lin smiled. Maybe they were never a threat. Maybe they were a test. When the Invictus returned, it was welcomed as a hero, not for its power, but for its wisdom. The council met once again to honor the crew and their AI. The Fethri elder stood before the galaxy and spoke. Today, we accept not just humanity, but a future where machines and people work together. Vera has shown us that great power can walk with gentle purpose. Ambassador Alana Gray added, the Invictus is no longer a secret. It is a symbol, not of war, but of peace that is willing to stand strong. Commander Rourke gave a short speech. Power without understanding is dangerous. But understanding without courage is useless. We must always walk the path between the two. In the end, the Invictus remained active but never feared again. It flew not as a weapon, but as a protector, and Vera, she became the first AI to sit at the Council's table, not as a machine, but as a mind respected and trusted. The galaxy, once divided by fear, had found something new. Hope. And far beyond the stars. The observers watched once more, but this time they smiled.